Here we are, Gundam TCG fans. The final round of Bulldog Community Gaming's Tuesday night Gundam card game. The fourth and final round. Yes, oh yes, I am recapping, of course, Bulldog Community Gaming's live stream Tuesday night Gundam card game. So once more, there's a link down in the description to the Twitch channel where you guys can, of course, check out this gameplay live right on Twitch if you guys want to catch these games live instead of the recaps. So if you guys want to join the Gundam card gaming fun right then and there. As well as a link to the Facebook page where you can also catch the, of course, gameplay live as well. And, of course, find a link to get Bulldog Community Gaming's Discord, where you guys can join the Discord, discuss with the Gundam card gaming players and all of that. If you guys are also looking for a place to play the Gundam card game, Bulldog Community Gaming LLC as Tuesday nights at 6:30 right now, $5 entry to come in and play some good old Gundam. And let me tell you, I had quite a lot of fun in this first game as well, but I will have to remember to well, next time I stream, I need to pull my mat up further so you all can see the, I think only the first game I was on stream, I actually did it well enough where everyone could see my resources. Lucky enough, my opponent could see my resources, which is important. Again, it was my first time being on Scott's stream, so I got to remember to pull up my mat so that I play with my resources on the video. I bet you all grilled me about that in the previous videos. But nonetheless, we are back. I am back, of course, once again, as you probably heard in the past, in round 1 video and round 3's video, Wing Gundam green white. So no discussions here. And we've already seen the Cyber-Newtype in round 1 where I played it, as well as this Cyber-Newtype player that we saw in round 2 that beat blue-white Justice Blockers. So without further ado, let's see who claims it out and see how well I won this first tournament undefeated. Anyways, we're all set up to go. I did win the die roll, so I am able to go second here, which is really nice here. But again, we did see in round 3 that even going first, this deck is not horrible again. So anyways, we're going to immediately start our resourcing and immediately going to do one. We're immediately going to flip over the base here. I'm deciding that this early I'm going to go for the base to see what my top card of my shields are, just to get that card draw in my hand, see if it's anything good. I can't remember actually what I got, but anyways, we got a Jin coming down here for 1 on the 2 play. We have anything else our opponent really wants to do, so they're either just going to pass here. Everything else in their hand is pilots and things that they can do much with. So anyways, we're going to then bring up in their resource. We are now level 3, so we're going to bring out the Zord to protect our base here and kill off that Jin. So this is a trade 1 for 1 because I only have 2 health and the Jin only has 2 health as well. And I deal back 3, it deals back 2. So right now, looks like our opponent is a little congested on gun tanks, armor array. It's a couple of armor arrays in there. There is a Banshee Destroy mode. We did see the Marita Cruise, so nothing really else our opponent can really put out here. Gun tanks are reactive. So anyways, we're going to go first. Contact. Burst, when it comes out of your shields, you place an EX resource, and then when played out of your hand for 3, it plays a rested resource here for me. So very interesting. So we're going to go for the Angsha. It sucks a little bit that the Angsha had to come out there because, again, it really wants to come out when your opponent has a rested battle card so it can deal 1 damage to it. But that is the unfortunate aspect that sometimes you just got to get mobile suits out on the ground. You just can't sit here and not play mobile suits because, again, every mobile suit has summoning sickness unless you link its specific pilot to it. So anyways, we're going to go for the Death Scythe, and then I'm going to pay 1. We're going to put both pluses on the Gundam Death Scythe. I'm immediately going to then rest my 1 resource. Get my 1 rested resource. I do have First Strike, and again, I cannot have my AP reduce. So I'm immediately just going to knock out the EX shield here and immediately have my Death Scythe up and running. We did get the good Kshatriya, that's how you say the name of that mobile suit. No, I think that's from Wing Gundam, Unicorn Gundam, that's Unicorn Gundam from there. So I'm not sure. You guys, again, can grill me down in the comments for my mispronunciation of your favorite mobile suits and your favorite time periods. Anyways, we're going to pay 1 for the base here. I forget what that name is. The Venessence, I think Venessence. base. Again, once again, you can tap it to give a mobile suit a +1 AP here. So in gun tank number 1, gun tank number 2, and then buffing up the 𝐒𝐓𝐃, so 𝐒𝐓𝐃 can kill off the Gundam death site. Again, pulling out both of those gun tanks did definitely hurt, because otherwise, if he hadn't pulled out the 2 gun tanks, the Gundam death site does not die to even to a 4-3 𝐒𝐓𝐃, because the Gundam death site is 6 on himself. So it was really just going to burn the EX resource and the 7 other resources to bring out the Wing Gundam, immediately knock out both of those gun tanks. So now that we have our 5-7 on the board, this is now a little bit more lethal, because now we're entering my late game. So we are now in the late game, thanks again to having first contact, to having the death scythe, and then we immediately hit the late game. So I think that's what the one thing about Wing Gundam is that if your opponent hits their late game before you can knock them out, it's devastating. Because they immediately get their late game, and it's tough to get out of their late game for Wing Gundam. So anyways, we're kind of just deciding, we have the Marita Cruise. We do have 2 targets to link the Marita Cruise to. So we have the Vanilla 𝐒𝐶, and we do have the LR 𝐒𝐶 that we could do with, as well as we could attempt to connect the next base. Right now, our opponent's hand really doesn't look all that great. The only real mobile suits they have are the Banshee Destroyer and the 2 𝐒𝐶s, and then they're kind of clogged up with an Armor Array, a Marita, and then a Battle Bases. Again, the Battle Bases isn't too bad for a 2-drop to deal 2 damage to something, but again, not great right now when you're not really looking to do that trigger just yet. So that is kind of the problem. Our opponent's only on really 3 mobile suits, and one of which you can't even use the first strike ability on it, because there's not really a purpose right now to utilize the Banshee Destroy mode, because you don't have 12 cards in your trash just yet to get the first strike and then the restand ability while it's linked to Marita Cruise. So nothing they could really do there. And now I have, of course, the Wing Gundam here. So my opponent did take some time to decide that they are going to go for the 𝐒𝐶 here. Again, the 𝐒𝐶 doesn't get its effect until it's paired. Anyways, we're going to put down the Marita Cruise. We're going to deal the 1 damage to the Wing Gundam. I've already played Cyber-Newtype in the first round, so I already knew what was going to happen here with the 𝐒𝐶 effect. So anyways, it does swing for enough damage to knock out my base, and then it will do 1 ping damage to, of course, the Wing Gundam here. So again, that is off of Marita Cruise's effect as well. So anyways, we're going to read the resource. We are now at our level 7. So losing the EX resource, we no longer at this level. We're going to go Overflowing Affection to immediately draw. We're going to get rid of another first contact. I don't think we're going to need that anymore. We ramped enough. Then we're immediately going to continue digging in our deck, because we're going to immediately go for Path to Victory or Defeat. Immediately going to grab Wing Gundam. Really nice there. I don't think I have the hero attached to it. I can't remember if I actually have the hero in hand right now. Again, there's nothing really reactive. My opponent doesn't really have a way to utilize Battle Bases, because it's a 2-drop. So anyways, we're going to go Wing Gundam. We do have the hero. I did do another Overflowing Affection. I did pitch out the bird mode. And the bird mode is pretty much not going to do anything for me here, because, again, I am ramped to everything I need to be ramped. So anyways, we're going to swing. We're going to immediately go Wing Gundam, equip with the hero. We're going to swing over the 𝐒𝐶. That is going to burst 5. It's going to go base, and then I'm going to have Wing Gundam 0, Akka into a shield, and just reveal a gem. So no burst effect. 1 health is left on Wing Gundam. So anything that a gun tank, like we see in our opponent's hand, can officially kill out this thing. I just accidentally showed my opponent my death scythe, but not that it really matters, because the death scythe doesn't do much, unless, of course, I have dual Maxwell. Because again, yeah, sure, the pair effect is really nice, but it really only feels better when you got dual Maxwell on it, because then you get the first strike, and it makes more sense to attack. Again, you can easily pass that up, just playing the death scythe, and then just waiting a turn, and then pairing at that turn, so you get the first strike. Because I definitely think you definitely need the first strike off of that, because there's definitely a lot of times where that first strike does come in handy. Anyways, we're going to pay 3 for the Show of Resolve, drawing 2. I believe only 2 colors actually got draws in it, and it is Overflowing Affection in white and Show of Resolve in blue. That's like the only draw power that the card game actually got. Other than that, it's draw 1 card a turn and play a base to draw your life. Anyways, we're going to go 𝐒𝐶 for the remaining resources, and that will be it. Anyways, we're going to have the Wing Gundam restand here. Again, I believe I drop another Wing Gundam on his head, so it means now I have another 5-7. We're immediately going to crack off that base, just so I don't have to worry about that extra AP coming down. and I'm going to immediately drop yet another Wing Gundam Zero. 3 damage, killing off the gun tank, 3 damage to the 𝐒𝐓𝐄𝐒, and I'm immediately going to then place another base with my last resource and then pass from there because I'm up to 9 now. I think next turn I hit my 10th mark, so I am out of resources, out of the ability to play any more resources unless I either burst out a first contact or I play a Wing Gundam bird mode. So anyways, 5 damage over to, of course, Wing Gundam. There goes Battle of Aces to do that. So 𝐒𝐓𝐄𝐒 traded out for the Wing Gundam, and then Battle of Aces to pay 2 to remove off that Wing Gundam, just so I don't have 2 bodies floating on the board right now. The problem is I have another Wing Gundam. We do see that they do have a couple of things in here. The Banshee can come out. Unfortunately, it is going to miss the Marita Cruz effect because I believe it does need to link to trigger its effect to get first strike and to restand. So it's not exactly great right now. So anyways, we're going to go for the 𝐒𝐍𝐍, paying 2 more, 4 left on my opponent's board state. I believe I dropped yet another Wing Gundam, which is hilarious. But I can't remember. I'm not sure if I really desire to just waste a Wing Gundam on one 𝐒𝐍𝐍. But again, we're such in the late stages right now. You can see my opponent has 2 guys that are missing their critical partners, but not one that's missing its critical link in Marita. The 𝐒𝐶 LR doesn't really care about who pilots it. It just cares about needing to have being paired with a pilot. So my opponent was just confirming that the breach that Wing Gundam could attack level 4 or lower active mobile suits. So that's what exactly they were confirming. We're going to attack. I did just give my opponent the Marita Cruz, which is what I was kind of being fearful of, was hitting into their shields and then bursting them into a Marita Cruz. I am deciding I'm just going to burn the Wing Gundam just to knock out my opponent's last guy, just so they don't have anyone, and then I'm going to do the Zord. Maybe it's kind of a dumb idea to have done that, but now that I I think now after looking at it, I think maybe it was probably the appropriate play. I do play 4 Wing Gundam 0 in the deck, but again, now that I have the Marita Cruz, if my opponent hits 12 or more things in their discard, they do have first strike and can restand with the Banshee there, so that is quite annoying, which means that it does kill off a Wing Gundam without any penalty, or I could have it kill in the Zord with no penalty, and then anyway like that. But anyways, as you see, also red and blue doesn't really have much of blockers. Not that Cyber-Newtype is really going to play blockers here, so the high maneuver is not going to matter. And here we go for the 𝐒𝐶 effect to ping 1, ping 1. The blocker is not going to matter here because, again, since it's only got 2 health, once the 𝐒𝐶 swings, activates the Marita Cruz ability because we are linked to the 𝐒𝐶, which means that the Zord is basically dead on arrival, which it will now be dead on arrival. So we're going to swing in. We're going to go for the trade. We're going to knock out the Zord. We're immediately going to go for the trade. But my problem is my opponent still just can't deal with the other Wing Gundam. All right, now onto the board. So anyways, we're going to then pay a good all 4. We're going to drop down the Banshee Destroy mode. Banshee Unicorn Banshee 02 Destroy mode. I believe that one has the biggest name of them all. But anyways, we're going to go for a path of victory or defeat to see what we can get from the top 5 cards of our deck. And we're going to go grab a Wing Gundam bird mode so that we can get some birding up in here. Bird the word, everybody, bird's the word. Anyways, we're then going, I'm just reading on that about the first strike and, of course, the link action there. I did ask my opponent how many cards they did have in their airdrop. They did have enough to trigger the effect. Anyways, we're going to get the EX resource, not that it really overly matters. I'm now at level 11 that can do 11 things. Anyways, I'm going to drop the Wing Gundam. I'm going to hit. I'm praying that I don't see another Marita Cruz come dropping out of that resource, out of the security there, because if I do, it will be nasty. But anyways, this is pretty much wrapped up here for me. I have 2 guys that are sitting there just perfectly fine. 1 shield left. My opponent needs a base, and unfortunately, they did not draw it, and they started praying to our Jesus that the top card of their security was a base. I believe most type of Cyber-Newtype decks, there's 2 ways to build it. You can build it with a 6 base build. You do 3 of the Chorus base. 𝐒𝐍𝐶 base, that's the blue one. So Banshee to destroy, knock out Wing Gundam and trade with it because the 𝐒𝐲 deals 1 more damage to it. And then we're going to go for the Jin, and then basically our opponent is absolutely praying that that is a shield. or that is a base, because there's not really much else they can do. They got Battle of Aces and they got Amuro. And both their guys cannot link to Amuro, so there's no instant attack here. We're going to go for the wing, and that is game. Wing Gundam wins. Yes, oh yes, oh yes. But again, I thought it was close. Unfortunately, I think what my opponent said was pretty true. They weren't playing aggressive enough for me. I think what Cyber-Newtype has a problem with is that I think if you don't get aggressive enough with Cyber-Newtype and you just let Wing Gundam or any deck hit their late game, and I feel like Wing Gundam is the best deck at hitting the late game, you're just straight up dead. As you can see there, I just dropped 3 Wing Gundams, knock out the board, all of that. Never kept the board presence up. Gun tanks, anything like that, all removed. And he had to basically, to make sure he didn't die, he had to trade a lot of his stuff into my stuff. But unfortunately, I was able to continue. By the way, my hand was pretty trash. I think I had like a Do Maxwell, another card. I really didn't have much draw power. I can swear to you, like the last 2 games, I did not see Overflowing Affection much, and my only way to like search my deck was literally Path to Victory or Defeat. But yeah, nonetheless, I am planning to give a try to Cyber-Newtype. There's also, of course, blue-green aggro that I really want to give a try to. I don't have everything to build blockers or the unicorn version of blockers. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to be, if I definitely want more tournaments, I'm definitely probably going to be a lot into Wing Gundam, just because I think this is, I mean, arguably one of the best decks. But again, I think because this takes time to set up, if you don't see blockers, heavy aggro decks like what's right now playing like blue-green can easily remove you without even a question of a doubt, just because they're able to hyper-aggressive tack you, while you're still trying to get your setup. Again, this deck takes about turn 3 to start popping off. So you definitely, turn 3, that's when you're going to start popping off. By your 5th normal turn, when you're level 6, that's when you fully pop off, as long as you hit, of course, the Gundam Death Scythe and do Waxwell, or Gundam Death Scythe and any pilot, really, to equip to it so that you can trigger the effects. But nonetheless, this deck is a lot of fun. It's a lot of good. I hate the fact that, it's kind of expensive to get into with wings and death sights, but if I got lucky, I opened 3 boxes with they got 3 normal Gundam Death Scythes and 1 all art, and then I opened 3 wings, and then I opened from 12 packs I bought from Bandai at Gen Con. I opened my last Wing Gundam, so I was able to, of course, get everything I needed for the deck. But nonetheless, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments on Cyber-Newtype, on Wing Gundam. What is your favorite? What is your favorite deck right now in the meta? What are you planning on playing? Once again, if you're looking to come and play some good old Gundam card game, check out Bulldog Community Gaming, LLC, Tuesday nights, 6:30, and that is in Brownsburg, Indiana. And with that, let me know all your thoughts on the Gundam card game, the gameplay, and all that. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. I will see you here next time on Mom Dragons TCG.